Sea lifetime is cladding irreversible harm of the millions of tons of plasticity waste management that ends up in the oceans every year, the Joint Nations has alerted. But how does the occur, wherever is largest at hazard, and which harm does the plasticity in fact do? Plasticity, as we aware it, has just very existed for the recent 60 to 70 year, but in how period it has converted all of clothes, kitchen and public catering, to food style, mechanical engineering and retail. One of the large advantages of lot types of plasticity is how they are intended to resent, for a really length period. And almost all the plasticity always created yet exists in several shape present. Of the several tons is now waste management, and 79% of how is in garbage dump or the nature environmental. The extensive sum of waste management has been managed by contemporary lifetime, wherever plasticity is utilized for lot, disposable or solitary utilize items, of drinks bottles and nappies to cutlery and clap buds. Drinks bottles are one of the largest overall types of plasticity waste management. Several 480BN plasticity bottles were sold out globally in 2016, house a millionth bottles per minimum. Of these, 110BN were done by drinks gigantic Coca Bush Cola. Several countries are examining moves to bring intake. He's potential how on 10M tons of plasticity now ends up in the oceans every year. In 2010, scientists of the Domestic Center for Environmental Analysis and Fusion and the College of Georgia in Athens alleged the drawing as 8M tons, and prediction how to growth to tons by 2015. China was top of the listing of countries mismanaging plasticity waste management, but the US as well displayed in the top 20 and introduced a high bet of waste management per man. Plasticity waste management accumulates in areas of the sea wherever winds build vortex offering circular currents, named as gyres, that absorb in any float wreckage. Where are 5 gyres about the ball, but the top named is perhaps the polar silent circulation. It is alleged wreckage conducted on 6 year to achieve the center of the polar silent circulation of the shore of the US, and on a year of Japan. All 5 gyres include high concentrations of plasticity nonsense rather than some components of the oceans. They are done up of diminutive patchy of plasticity, that seem to hover hanging under the shallow, a event how has led it to creature outlined as plasticity broth. And the difficult wearing qualities of largest plastic tool how several items can get hundreds of years to decompose. The sea preservation community found 718 trimming of garbage for each 100 meter extent of bathing beach reviewed for his latter large UK bathing beach Pure Up. How was a 10% growth on recent year? The descent of a lot of the garbage is hard to track, but the social contributes on 30%. Wastewater related wreckage, or items flushed downward toilets how should include been put in the granary, amounted to several 8.5%. For seabird and greater sea creatures love turtles, dolphins and seals, the risk comes of creature tangled in plasticity mind and some wreckage, or airing plasticity for meal. Turtles cannot differentiate among plasticity mind and medusa, that can be portion of his dietary. Plasticity mind, one-day consumption, reason domestic blockages and normally outcome in die. Greater trimming of plasticity can as well harm the alimentary system of seabird and whales, and can be potential deadly. Above period, plasticity waste management slow degrades and crushed downward in diminutive microfragments that are as well challenging scientists' anxiety. A latter examination by Plymouth College found how plasticity was found in a tertiary of UK caught minnow, consisting codfish, haddock, bonito and mollusk. The can outcome in undernutrition or hunger for the minnow, and conduct to plasticity eating in humans too much. The impact on humans of consuming minnow comprising plasticity is yet substantially unidentified. But in 2016 the Europe Meal Security Credibility alerted of an enlarged hazard to humane public health and meal security, taking into account the capacity for microplastic contamination in eatable tissues of business minnow. Manufactured by Alison Trousdale, Tom Housden and Becca Meyer. Style by Sue Axel and Joy Roxas.